This is a very special practice. We integrate stretch and breath. And the result of devoting a few minutes to opening up the back, the shoulders, the neck, and breathing deeply with technical breathing patterns is, well, astounding. Don't take my word for it. Join me and see for yourself. Let's get started. We're going to start in a supported fish pose. We have 2 yoga blocks, the lowest level. One of the yoga blocks is underneath the shoulder blades, and the other yoga block is underneath the head. The arms are out to the side. We're going to simply slow our breath down, working on inhaling for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhaling for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's continue. Deep, thorough breath. Nothing to rush to, nothing to force. The next movement we're going to do is we're going to take the yoga blocks up a notch. So now the yoga blocks are at the second highest level. We call that duplex. And we're going to take that third yoga block and place it underneath our hips after we lie back down on the 2 yoga blocks. This is a variation of fish pose. The back is long, the arms are out to the side. So now let's go back to that steady, deep breath. But perhaps we've slowed down enough to inhale a little bit longer and exhale a little bit deeper. Perhaps we can count to 4 on the inhale and extend the exhale to match it. We're adding on to this. We're going to take that yoga block and flip it up. So now we're on what we like to call a bed of nails. 3 yoga blocks the middle way. From here, we take the arms around ourselves and we give ourselves a hug. Our hands find our shoulder caps or our shoulder blades. Our chest is narrow, and that allows our belly to expand even more on the inhale. This does not happen by default. Most things that work don't happen by default, but the expansion of the belly on the inhale will happen with just a bit of attention. Let your hips fall into the yoga block. Let your hands hold your shoulders. Let your breath be steady. Lift the hips up, wiggle them away from you. Bring your hips back down to the yoga block. Bring your arms back up to the sky and give yourself a hug the opposite direction. Have your hands find your shoulders or your shoulder blades. Feel the length of your back. And then go back to the breath. When your mind starts to wander, not if, but when your mind starts to wander, notice it. No worries there. And then bring your attention back to the breath. A great way to do that is by counting. Inhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're going to elevate our hips and move our yoga blocks to the side. We're going to sit in a seated, cross-legged position, whichever way is comfortable, and we're going to hold on to our resistance band. We're going to put the resistance band around our upper back, loop our thumbs in, and start to arch and round the back. If it's more comfortable for you to sit on a chair or a pillow, absolutely do that. But what we're trying to do is find space. Space between the bones, space between the breaths, space between the thoughts. Push your shoulder blades into the band and then pull the band to find your best posture. Notice the feeling of space, of organization, of body intelligence, of clarity coming by simply paying attention. From here, we're going to sit again in a seated position. You're welcome to sit on a pillow or a blanket or a yoga block. And we're going to take our right hand to the floor and take the left hand behind the head. Spin your chest to the sky. Push your grounded hand into the floor and stretch the floor away from you. Steady, even breath. Give yourself the luxury of listening to the sound of your breath, of finding space and connection between your hip, your left hip, and your left set of ribs, of opening up the chest and breathing deeply. What a luxury, what a gift to take this moment for ourselves. From here, bring yourself up. Notice the difference between the two sides. Cross your legs the other way if possible, and take your opposite hand, that'd be your left hand, down to the floor. Take your right hand behind your head. Spin your chest to the sky. Push your grounded hand into the floor and stretch the floor away from you. Spin your chest to the sky. Find your right hip and anchor it towards the floor and slightly back. Find your right elbow and open it up to the sky. Find something new in the body you've lived in all your life. Breathe deeply. Push into the floor to bring yourself up and press your hands down into your thighs to find your best posture. Index finger and thumb for alternate nostril breathing. Place your thumb on your nostril and inhale through the opposite nostril. Use your index finger and close both nostrils, and then exhale as you lift your thumb. What we're doing is we're closing one nostril at a time to inhale, and then we're closing with both hands, lifting the opposite finger to exhale. We have more tutorials about this on the channel, but for now, simply alternate the nostril that you breathe in with. As you do this, you'll be finding a bit more balance, clarity, and organization. Sit yourself up tall and see how slowly and consciously you can do this, investing just a little bit of time to elevate our day today. So good. Finish your last breath cycle and press your hands into your thighs. Breathe thoroughly, deeply, noticing the profound space found in the body. Turn your palms up and notice the difference between palms up and palms down. If a simple flip of the wrists can change the way we feel, imagine what an entire practice can do. Reach out with your questions. I am here.